Hey, hi, hello. Welcome to Unveiled, the live D&D homebrew game thing that we're going to play here. We're going to go through intros, and then I'm going to do a recap. And then we're going to roll initiative. It's going to be great. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Andy. This is a green napkin. Over to you, Andy.
Wonderful. Hi, Joff.
Sorry, I'm on mute. I can't seem to get mute off. I don't know if you can hear. No, I know you can't hear. My mic is muted. It's great that you're here. Andy, thanks for the help. I'll try and fix my mic.
Yeah, of course. Hey, Amador.
I was actually muted. I don't know how I got here. These people stole me. Please call for help. Please. Thank you, Andy.
Of course. Hi, Tony.
Good evening, Andy. One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. Did you know that these dice right here, these D20s, actually come from Magic the Gathering boxes? I mean, it was so cool, and I don't even know if you even know what is going on right now, but if you knew what was going on, back to you.
Now, have those dice of yours ever rolled above a 5 is the real question.
They are the shittest rolling dice ever, but yes, they have.
Oh, that's good. We are missing a Juice and an Emily tonight. We will be missing Emily, unfortunately, for the whole night. Juice may join us later. We will find out. And I am Dakota Orishiro, the DM for this game. So, last time we were here, we went back to Saris, saw that it was a little desolate, just a tiny bit destroyed. Just a little bit. A lot of dead people, a lot of smoke in the distance. We turned in the bounty for the necromancer dude that you guys killed. Totally just murdered in cold blood. Got the bounty for that. Went over to the guild hall. Heard some news about a what's left of like the demons in town. Heard something about some pirate raiders along the coast. Chose to investigate those demons. Went up to the palace. Worked your way through. Chose not to follow them deeper into the palace. Went up to the like royal antechamber, where Ruzadi got visions of his mother, and went to go follow that. I believe Argyle got caught with some visions as well about a fountain, and I believe the entire party followed them into this very dark room, where they saw the corpse of our good friend the Duke over there. Who has a large gaping hole in his chest that looks a little odd, and a shadowy creature next to him, as your two friends are off on the side. We're going to start by rolling initiative here.
I do have a question as we're getting started here.
Yeah.
My character sheet would indicate that I've taken damage since a long rest. Did that really happen, or was I supposed to long rest and don't remember?
You long rested since your last fight.
No, we took damage.
Oh, did you?
Oh, yeah, the guys who got affected by the thing.
The guys that got affected.
Oh, yeah, I got my ass kicked. That's what it was.
You took
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Continue, sorry.
I believe
I'm at 11 health right now.
if memory serves, you went to
like
you went to
19.
stare at the corpse of your mother, and as you were staring, I believe you were stabbed through the abdomen.
That's what happened.
The same halberd that was embedded in her.
Yeah.
I rolled really well for my initiative, so it's a pretty unhinged amount of initiative.
Let's roll for this thing.
I got a 16.
I think I got. Go for it.
All right, let's hear 30 to 25. 25 to 30.
26.
Oh my fucking god. All right. 20 to 25. 15 to 20. Was that a yes? No.
16, yeah.
16.
Okay. 10 to 15. Uh, 5 to 10.
Hello.
Hi, I got a 5.
I got a 7.
Okay.
Ooh.
And Rosati. Okay. So, as we come to, it is going to be Yari's turn first. Let me describe what you are looking at. So, you have come into what looks like a room that was ground zero for some type of explosion. It didn't delete the walls from the room, but everything here looks as if it's on the verge of falling apart. As you're looking around, you see the rubble falling from the ceiling. You see the windows rocked almost to the point of breaking, the glass shattered in spots on the far wall. You see the shadow creature and the corpse of Duke Ilmar on the far side from these windows, and there are blinds and other things covering the windows here. There are little bits of veil light peeking through the holes in the roof here.
Okay.
Otherwise, the room is mostly barren with what you imagine is like destroyed furniture. Barren, barren.
Okay.
You guys, you are about, from where you're standing, Rosati and Argyle are maybe 20 feet from you.
Okay.
And this large shadow creature is about 40 feet towards the center of the room, or towards that far end of the room.
Are they interposed between the window and us?
Amador or Argyle and Rosati, yes. The shadow creature, no.
Okay. Just to, while I'm quick glancing around the room, if I could I flood the place with light if I tore down the shutters or the whatever's covering up the windows?
Give me an insight check.
Insight. For insight, that is 7 total.
7 total. It was about midday when you guys got in here. So you think the veil light's probably pretty bright at this point. You think maybe if you tore this down and maybe made some holes here, you could get some veil light in.
Okay, then I'm going to bring out my friend, and I'm going to place my friend between Argyle and Rusadi, where they are and where the shadow creature is. Although that's weird, bringing out a shadow to fight a shadow. They might just shake hands or something. I don't know if they'll high five. And then I am going to would that be my action, object interaction, to try and pull down the...
Yeah, I would say
okay.
yes. It's going to be your action, and it's going to be an athletics check.
What if I cut him instead?
Then it's an attack roll.
Okay, I'll do that because my athletics is poor and my attacking is much better. So I'm going to see if I can cut some down.
Though I will say what you gain from attacking them is likely less than what you would gain from pulling them down if you were to do well in the athletics check.
My athletics is -1. and my attack is +7. So I'm still gonna attack. I'm gonna try and cut through it.
You may want to mute that, my friend.
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of things about white powder.
White powder. Now he's
That is a 17 to hit.
Yeah,
The
100% hits.
tapestry.
Roll damage on it.
I will roll damage if I remember what it is. It's a D8.
So I will also put out there are 3 large windows in this room, and you've got
max damage.
Awesome, wonderful. So you've got
15.
That's
no, not 15.
stellar.
I'm sorry, that was the wrong plus. That 12.
12 is still pretty good for some curtains, and barricaded furniture and whatnot. So let me ask you: there are 3 windows in this room. The two on the far right, one of them is kind of in line with Rosati, one of them is in line with Argyle, and one of them on the far left is in line with like the shadow. Which one are you heading towards here? I'll say you can reach any of them.
Okay. The best defense is a good offense. She goes for the one that's by the creature.
Okay. Yeah. You said 12 damage?
Yep.
Okay. On 12 damage, you strike through, and it's more so the force of the strike than the strike itself that moves this debris away from the window. And as you do, you see veil light flood through and kind of refract off the broken glass here. And you watch as the creature like moans in agony as the light hits it, and you hear that like scream of pain as it begins to burn from the veil light.
Okay, and can I take my second attack action from the position of my friend and attack the shadow monster?
Yeah.
Half-hearted. It's 11.
11 does not hit.
I spent all my good rolls on initiative. Okay, that's my bonus action, and my movement and my attack action. That's my turn. Next.
Okay, next up is going to be Tilvius.
Dillius.
You see much the same. Argyle and Rosati are kind of like both kneeled over on the floor. Argyle is writhing in pain, and Rosati is kneeling, clutching his abdomen. Neither of them have visible wounds.
Right. They're obviously crazy. I'm going to go over to Rusati and try to shake and slap him out of his stupor.
Okay. You definitely can. What I'm going to say, what exactly are you doing? Do you say anything specifically?
Grabbing him by the lapels and slapping his face and going, Rusati, now is not the time.
Okay. So what I'm going to say for this is that he's going to have advantage on his saving throw.
Wait. Am I saving now?
No.
Okay.
No, you'll save on your turn.
I didn't. Okay.
I'm basically doing the help action for you.
You know what? You're awesome.
Okay. So that's going to bring us to this large, looming, shadowy figure. Very, very slight of build. The first thing it does is it lashes out towards the shadow that just attacked it. Does a 25 hit?
A 25 hits. It has 1 hit point, so it poofs. It poofs.
It poofs. Okay. So it poofs. Then we are going to, as it is sitting here burning in the light, and you're watching as like pieces of it start to degrade outwards from this, it disappears into the darkness, into like the shadow of the room. It disappears. And that's going to bring us to Argyle's turn.
It's me. I'm Argyle.
Yeah. Currently, you have jumped into what you believe to be a fountain of some kind and are writhing in acid.
Can I try to roll a snap out of it?
Yeah. Do you want to try to do anything with this acid that you are currently writhing in? Are you trying to get out of this? Because it is a fountain.
It is a fountain, and it's full of acid. Acid fountain.
You'll be making the save at the end of your turn as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get out of the acid, 100%.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, excuse me. Maybe do like a little leapfrog out.
Yeah, 100%.
When I do jump out of the fountain, does that take my entire movement, or can I continue to move?
I'd say you can continue to move. Your understanding of the space is very different from everyone else, however. What you are looking at is a circular domed room with a fountain as the single piece in the middle. You don't see any like doors or exits here. There's maybe 30 feet in any direction from the fountain.
Okay, then I'm gonna go 30 feet just away from it.
Yeah, 100%. You hop out of the fountain, and as you're going, this burning sensation stays with you, almost as if it's following you. Roll a wisdom save.
Sweet.
Everybody else watches Argyle as he goes from writhing on the floor, gets up and bolts towards the corner of the room.
I don't run. I'm gonna like do a half like jog frog like jump while I'm like croaking and like making.
There's just the little jerks in the air.
Exactly. That's going to be an 11. I don't think I made it.
An 11 will not save. So that burning sensation sticks with you. As
You need to go to
take
the clinic. Go to the
11
clinic.
points of psychic damage.
Rosephine
11
in the butt.
points.
11 points of psychic damage.
I'm at this many.
You-
Man. Settle.
Yeah,
Almost
are you down?
settle. I'm down.
down?
Okay. You guys watch as Argyle gets up from this ground and starts to run towards the corner, jerking in midair. Mid hop, you watch as his body kind of freezes. He hits the ground and just slides for a solid 5 feet
Oh God.
and is
then-
no longer moving.
And my legs will like.
Just
Rigor mortis frog.
Yeah, like have you ever seen frog legs? Like my legs are hyperextended out and I'm
Yeah.
frozen.
Hurt.
wonderful.
Oh my.
Rosati, make a move. So
Left.
what you are staring at, you are in this hallway. You have just gotten over like the form of your mother on the ground, felt that searing pain in your side, and as you turned around, you saw the same figure of your mother with those bright red eyes, as if she had been as if you had cast Animate Dead on her,
Oh, wow.
standing there with the halberd jammed through your side. I believe last time you cast Ice Knife or Shatter on the ground.
Maybe.
I think that was a thing. I'm not 100% sure.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I do remember.
I think that was a
Well,
thing.
I think it was Shatter.
But that's
Might have been
that's
a-
where you were at.
Okay. And I
What you
cast.
see is a hallway. So
Am I still stabbed and?
yeah, there's still like a halberd sticking out of your abdomen.
I would just like turn my hands around, facing whatever it is that's in front of me, and cast Shatter like out of my hands, like from that would be the start point.
Yeah, okay.
Forward.
Yeah.
Directly in. Okay, I'm on board.
Directly in front of you with an effort, and I don't think to Shatter throw people. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't think.
No.
I think it's just the concussive.
No, it's to concuss. It's
No.
damage.
Yeah.
Will
with the-
it
with
throw people?
The
Maybe.
flavor, with the flavor of it, like doing that.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
kind of like the guy from Home Alone when he grabs the
what's
thing
your-
and gets thrown across the room.
What's your save DC?
Spell save is 15.
Okay. You guys watch as Rosati, where he is like kneeling down in the corner or in the side, holding the side of his body, just kind of like puts his hands forward and casts this like large sphere of concussive energy. As it happens, it eats a part of the floor. It eats a pillar on the side as they both collapse. Part of the ceiling falls in on itself as one of the structural supports holding this room together bends in on itself and just crumbles to the ground.
Sweet.
The room shakes under the force of this shatter. Rosati, make me a wisdom save. With advantage. As you are casting this spell, you hear Tilvius saying, Rosati, this is not the time for this. As the room shakes just a little bit harder than you think it would with a shatter.
Perfect. That's not too bad. You said wisdom?
Yeah.
Let's see. That's going to be like a
Grand total of 3.
grand total of 18.
18 does save. So as you cast the shatter, as the roof crumbles, the image before you crumbles, and you see the room as it is.
Oh God! Oh God! I'm sorry. I'm
Sylvie's holding
sorry.
you by the lapels,
I'm sorry.
like strangling you away so you don't cast shadow
Pull me
on
back.
me.
Pull me back. Pull me back. Pull me back.
Worth noting, there isn't a massive gaping hole in your side, so that's, you got that going for you.
You know, we're on the better side of things. Let me mark this down, and you guys can continue.
All right.
I guess I would try to like back up since I have movement. Like my movement would push Tilvius backwards as I move away from the ledge.
You're like carrying till okay. I dig it. I dig it.
Carrying, pushing, whatever. It's more of like a back
Yeah.
into and push kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'll go with it. Yeah, it's fine.
Tilvius, you were looking, you have like slight cuts, nothing crazy from the shatter that was cast directly next to you.
Yeah.
The rocks like flying up and debris flying towards you definitely left like cuts on you, but nothing
God.
nothing worth taking damage for. Okay, so at the end of this turn, you watch as the room grows dark. The entire room, including where the sunlight was coming from, is coated in magical darkness. And that's going to bring us to Yari's turn.
Okay.
So you see nothing outside of your immediate surroundings because you're you.
Yeah. I got 10 feet. I knew, but I know where my friends were.
Right.
Okay, so I am going to move back to them. I'm going to flank them with my friend. So if there's Argyle and I'm thinking like Tilvius and Rasadi are here. Argyle is probably over here because he jumped
Mhm.
and slid. So towards the exit, that's where my friend's gonna be.
Yeah.
Back towards Argyle.
Okay.
And then Yari is going to be next to Tilvius and Rusadi. I'm going to ready my action to attack if anything gets close to us.
Okay.
And then as a free action, I'm just going to say, I don't have a healing potion. I gave mine away.
And that's going to bring us to Tilvius. What do you want to do? You see nothing.
I see nothing. I don't want to step on Argyle, but I want to get to Argyle. I know generally where he fell down. Can I try to find him?
Yeah, roll me an intelligence check.
Okay. That's just a straight roll. Oh, 16.
16. You think you have a pretty good idea of where he is. You run over to that area. You feel your hoof hit something fleshy as you are moving over there, as you find Argyle's foot on the floor.
All right. I reach down with my hand and put it on his back or chest, whichever one is facing up, and I cast Cure Wounds.
Okay. Worth noting, Yari, where did you place your friend? And what did you tell them? You're muted.
Mechanically, I can't give them a command.
Okay.
If that makes sense. I put them on the other side of Argyle to extend my senses. So if we're talking mechanically, then what it would be is if anyone enters that area, I could attack through them. However,
Gotcha.
if you would like to read that as I have told them to guard in the same way, I would let you do that. I just mechanically can't give it a command.
Yeah, I guess it was more of a question of, would you know it was Tilvius?
So I know Tilvius moved probably out of my 10-foot.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say Yari would know because it was moving from the inside, or at least assume that. I don't know. I'm not a typical Echo Knight, right? So this may have its own bit of autonomy.
Yeah, I think we're okay. I think we're okay.
But okay, yeah, mechanically it would. I can do an opportunity attack through the echo, right?
Gotcha.
But I'm like, it's not a familiar.
Gotcha. All right. So how much did Argyle heal for?
11 hit points.
11 hit points. Argyle, you get back up.
Yippee!
And as a bonus action, I will say to Argyle, since I'm standing there right over him, Argyle, we're in a tight spot, but I know you'll give us everything you can. And I'll give him a Bardic Inspiration die, a D6.
Ooh.
Ooh.
What does your healing look like?
It's pretty. It's like swirly, sparkly stuff, like in Frozen when Elsa's casting spells, except not cold.
Okay. What people in this room see, blanketed in darkness, is that like swirl of bright, glittery magic appear from where Telvius ran to. And as quickly as it appeared, it vanishes out of the darkness. But it was there for just a second.
So like something was there and then exited?
Like the magic was cast, but it was visible in this space.
Huh.
As Tilvius casts this spell, those of you that can feel things, feel a presence behind Tilvius. Tilvius, what's your AC?
16.
That is a 15, so that misses.
Whoa.
And it is going to strike one more time at you
Uh-oh.
for a 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
That's going to be 9 points of piercing damage. As on your flank, from behind you where you cast a spell, you feel as if a sharp projectile pierces into your flank and then drags itself out, scraping as it does.
Question, DM, am I close to Tilvius, like within, 5
You're
foot?
probably not
Because
5
I
feet.
was backing him up, essentially.
Yeah, but then I moved away
he
to get
ran
Argyle.
away from you, so
Oh.
you're probably 25, 30 feet away.
Oh, okay.
But he's next to Argyle, which is where my shadow is, and I have a readied action to attack. Can I do a readied action to attack?
For sure.
Question about readied actions. Since I readied my action, do I get my full attack action, or is it one attack?
It's one attack.
I don't know how it works.
Yeah, on readied attacks, it's one attack.
Okay, not as cool. Not as cool. Let's see what this thing does. Oh, I think it hits. It's a 25 to hit.
Yeah, that definitely hits. 100%.
And it is not bad. That's 10 damage.
10 damage, okay.
Non-magical.
Non-magical. As you do this, you feel that like shadow strike out, and it connects with something. There is a pressure there that it cuts through and cleaves. That's what you get.
It was Tilvius.
It was Tilvius? That would suck. Hey, Argyle, it's your turn.
Wow, it's my turn.
Neat.
You're down on the
It is
ground, prone.
dark in this motherfucker.
It is dark, but I don't see a fountain, and I'm not stuck in a dome, right?
True. It's just dark.
It's just dark, regular darkness.
Yeah.
Well,
It's as if you had your eyes closed.
It's advanced darkness, actually.
That's true.
Okay.
It's darkness plus.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to be one-shotted again, so I'm going to cast a spell on myself. I'm going to cast which gives me more. Oh. I'm going to cast Healing Word for using my bonus action.
I dig it.
Yep. And because I use my alchemist supplies, that big glass stirring stick,
Mhm.
as my arcane focus. I actually get to use my alchemical savant, so I get a +3 on one roll of the spell that I use casting my focus, and the roll must restore hit points or be damage or a damage roll that deals acid, fire, necrotic, or poison damage. So I'll
restores hit
be
points.
so I'll be doing, I think, 2d6 + 9 because it's
Hell yeah.
yeah. Or 2d4, my bad. 1d4? I can do math. Oh,
Depends on
Wanna
what
do-
level you casted it.
I do it at first level, so 1d4 +6.
Very high.
So it's gonna be 7 more points.
We love it.
And we love it. Okay, and then man. Dang, I don't have any magical light. Um I think I'm just kind of, I don't know what else to do. Can I
That was a bonus action, so you could like take the
do
dodge or disengage action to make yourself.
yeah. Do I at least remember how to exit the room, like where the door is?
Yeah, I'd say you actually you probably don't.
Probably.
Okay.
Probably Tilvius and
spec-
Yari do, but
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably have no idea.
Then I'll just take the hide action and try to be a little sneaky
Little sneaky.
and try to protect myself just for now. I don't think it did very well. I got an 8.
Okay,
Totally hidden.
Brilliant.
wonderful.
The sneakiest frog this side of this place.
Your interpretation of stealth here is to just move. So let me ask you: are you moving to try to stealth, or are you staying still and just like getting low to the ground?
I'm gonna try to get. That's a good question. I'm gonna say I'm gonna try to get low to the ground. Try to use my small stature as at an advantage, because as far as I know, this thing can't see me, and I definitely can't see it.
Gotcha. Okay, you get down low to the ground, and do your best to be hidden. It's dark. You can't see it. It can't see you, right?
Mhm.
All right, Rosati, what you got?
Well, I know what I'm not going to do, and that's cast Fairy Fire, even though I would love to. I suppose what I would like to ask the DM is if during the Argyle and whatnot and Yari interaction there, would I have caught any possible way to know where this was cast from or things were cast from?
There is a sound of battle in that direction, like the sound of something tearing through flesh as Telvius is hit. But there's like to pinpoint that, I would need an intelligence check. To pinpoint where something is being cast from, you could roll Arcana, but I will tell you the DC for that would probably be a 20.
Like hit a natural 20 and you don't get it, right?
Whatever
Or
you
just
plus your
20?
Arcana is, just DC
Okay.
20. Yeah.
Okay. Damn. And if you cast light inside a magical darkness, it does nothing, right?
as far as we know, but when I cast Cure Wounds, we saw it.
Yeah. I'm gonna move towards the sounds of battle.
Okay. 100%.
And When I get there, I'm going to touch the end of my staff and cast light.
Okay.
Man, do that in your
me-
own room.
Roll me a d4.
Okay. I don't use those very often. Here we go. Hey, that's a 4, Captain.
Okay. Yeah. On a 4, you run over. And as you are sprinting towards like just doing your best to run over towards those sounds of combats, there is a thud as you slam into something, and you lose breath as you hit Tilvius's ass from behind, just straight into him. And the breath is just kind of taken out of you, very unexpected to run into this. And as
Let's
you,
see. So he's about as tall as we're about the same height.
yeah,
So if he runs into my back, he's running into my back crotch level for
Oh.
him. So
definitely
How awkward.
definitely the breath taken out of you on that one.
How awkward.
100%.
Is that your sword?
Are you just happy to run into me?
As you're over there and you're
Giggity.
kind of kneeling over dealing with this, you cast light on your staff. And how far is light normally?
40. I had it right here. Hold on. It says 20-foot radius of dim light and an additional 20 foot of bright light, and then
Okay.
another 20 dim.
So what you get as you cast light on the staff, within a
10 feet,
10-foot little sphere around you, there is this dim light, almost as if it's being eaten from the outside in. But you can see within those 10 feet. And in those 10 feet, pulling its hand back from the other side of Tilvius, is this lanky shadow creature.
Cool. Well, that basically eats my whole turn. Let me look at my bonus actions. 1 second. Action. Bonus action. When you take the attack action on your turn. All right. I am going to stay where I am and prepare to utilize my reaction if necessary.
Alrighty. At the end of your turn, you all feel like the area around you shake. This room just vibrate just a little bit as you hear a cracking sound above you that starts on one end of the room and then ascends to the other side, almost as if it's arcing over you. This just cracking sound. And
Would you say that is just something happening to the space, or was it a spell cast?
Let's see. I will say there is not a spell being cast here.
Okay.
As this sound of cracking happens, where Yari let that veil light in before, where the pinpricks of veil light are bleeding through the ceiling, you hear that crack, and the light comes through this dome of darkness, giving you just a tiny pinprick of light. It doesn't extend out. It is only in the exact area that is entering the room here. A little line of veil light from those different areas. And that's going to be Yari's turn.
the whole place might be coming down.
So there, we can't see that light, right?
No, you can. 100%. You can see the little 10-foot sphere around Rosati where he's cast light, where the shadow figure
no,
is,
I meant
and
like.
you can see the veil light in the room.
Oh, we can see the veil light now.
Yeah, that's
It's
bleeding through.
Oh,
It's not a very strong.
That's
darkness.
cracking this like orb of darkness.
but okay. I'm gonna make a roll. Let's see. What should it be? Maybe it should be a wisdom. I'll do a wisdom roll. Okay, that's high enough. Yari is just about to go and just attack this creature. And there's like this little bit of like bloodlust, like it's got it. I'm gonna kill it. I want to kill it. And then for a moment, she's like, "Wait, I can kill it faster. I can kill it faster with the light." So she is going to move to one of the windows, and she's going to move the uh, um, shadow to another one of the windows, and I'm going to split my attack action and attack one window and then the other.
Make me an intelligence check at advantage. You have a general idea of where the windows are. They're not very far. And you have your blind sight here. So the DC is only a 12 here.
I didn't make it. I rolled an
At
11.
advantage?
I rolled an 11 and I got a +0.
Okay. On an 11 with +0, you run over to where you know the first window is. It's the one right next to the one you did damage to, that center window. And you have the shadow move to the where you think the window to your right is.
Okay. My attack to my window is 16 plus 7.
100% hits. Yeah.
Okay,
for sure.
and then ooh, that's good too. That is 11 damage.
Okay. 11 damage. As you do, once again, it's more the force of your blow, the wind that you were generating, and the inertia that you were generating with this clears this rubble as the light bleeds in, and you hear more cracking around you as veil light floods your being and comes into the room here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for my second attack, the shadow is going to try to attack where I think the thing is.
Make an
Should I
attack.
roll it? Should I make it at disadvantage?
No, just make an attack roll.
Okay. That is 18.
18 does not hit.
Okay.
As your shadow lashes out, you with your like close sensory of what is going on here, it's almost as if the blade strikes nothing, as if it goes through whatever it is striking at, and does not pierce.
And let's see if I have a bonus action. I could do. I could have it attack again, but I know it's in the wrong spot. Do I have enough? Would you say I have enough movement to move to the next place myself?
Probably. It's probably only like 10 feet away, so you might be able to.
Okay, so I'm gonna take my action surge, and I'm going to run along the wall until I find where the other thing is, and then I'm gonna attack it.
Okay.
That is 19 to hit.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And that is 12 damage. I'm rolling great damage.
Yeah,
I've
you
only
are
rolled 7s and
fucking
8s.
these things up. I set them with like 10 HP because I was like, maybe he won't do 10 damage every hit.
I've only been rolling 7s and 8s on I'm gonna keep this one.
Fucking
I'll keep this one.
Once again, you, as a practiced professional of breaking down rubble and bullshittery, you strike out and just completely demolish the barricade on this. And as the veil light breaks through, once again, you hear that crack. And it emanates throughout this entire dome structure as it collapses in on itself, and almost like fog rolling out over the water dissipates as the room comes to light. Tilvius and Argyle and Rosati, all next to this creature, you hear just an excruciatingly loud as it begins to burn in the veil light here. Tilvius, that's going to be your turn.
All right, I'm gonna draw a short sword and swing at it. Geographical question. I'm within 5 feet of it because it just attacked me. Are either Argyle or Rusati within 5 feet of it?
Rosati 100% is.
Okay.
Argyle, probably not.
Okay, he's on the other side of me then. All right, so attack. That is 13 plus 7 is dirty 20.
Yeah, definitely hits.
Okay, since Rusati is within 5 feet of it, I get my sneak attack. So that is plus. So that is 14 points of damage.
Okay.
Bonus action. I'm going to draw my other short sword and swing with that.
Okay.
And that is, oh man, that is 24 to hit.
Holy shit, yeah. Yeah.
And I only can do sneak attack once per turn, so it's just a regular roll. So that is 6 more damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my feature.
Huff, 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 huff.
What is it called? Fancy footwork. If I make a melee attack against a creature can't make opportunity attacks against me for the rest of my turn. So I'm going to back away from the creature towards the exit of the room.
As you back away and as the thing is like hissing in pain, you watch as it goes to turn towards you and is stopped as it does, as it is just curling in pain. Yeah. So that's gonna
That
bring
was
us
action, bonus action, and movement. That's my turn.
All right, fucking killing.
That was a
it.
great turn.
Yeah, it did hella damage. Holy fuck. So that is going to
Sneak
bring
attack.
us to this thing's turn. It is going to look back towards the light. It's going to do its best to. It can't walk. It kind of just floats on the ground here as if like shadow is moving, that same kind of fog rolling over the water as it moves out of the light towards the side of the room. This is the only fourth of the room still with any shadow in it. It moves over to this. It looks at Yari on the wall. Yari, you were staring at this creature, and as it does, you swear you see something, and it's what you approximate to be a face as it casts a spell towards you. There's a glint of magic in its eyes.
I cast counterspell.
Yeah, you got counter spells sitting around?
Oh yeah, dude. No, what?
Man,
what?
it's
I do.
crazy that this guy.
I do, and I have a reaction.
But you chose Z.
Yeah. Do you
I don't know if you
have
can see.
counterspell? Are you level
I sure as
5?
fuck do. Yeah, right here. It's on my
Level
fucking
5.
spell list. Right here.
I gave you guys level 5.
Right
Yeah, that's
there.
why you can do 2 attacks.
And I got 2 spots open. So I cast counterspell.
Alrighty. This is counterspell automatically dispels anything below 3rd level.
3rd or 4th level, yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Third or below, I believe.
100%. This thing reaches out and there's like the glint in its eyes, and as you see this, you reach out and are trying your best to read the glyphs that are going on. Whatever it's doing, you're trying to dismantle that beginning process of magic, and almost as if pulling that string that you found before, you find it in this spell. There's some type of enchantment here. Enchantments all start the same. As you find that string and pull, and it unravels.
Yeah.
Got you.
That's going to be Argyle's turn.
Yari goes, "You didn't ice knife me."
Okay. Okay.
This thing is over by Yari now.
It's still over by you. Whatever it was trying to do was at range.
Oh, I
Yari.
see. So it's next to Rasadi. I moved away from it, so it's not by me anymore.
Yeah, it's next to Argyle and Rosati. Argyle's like maybe 10 feet away, like probably closer to 7 feet, but we'll say 10 feet.
If it's within 5 feet of me, just to make sure we're all clear here, I do have Warcaster.
Okay.
Okay.
I am going to cast a spell also. I am going to cast.
I'll counterspell. No.
Oh no! I'm gonna cast Melf's Acid Arrow.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, Emily's not here. That's one of her favorite spells.
Well, this is for her big dog. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Melf's. Now I got to make a range spell attack. Hopefully, I hit. Does 17 hit?
17 just hits. Yep.
All right. So on a
Got it.
hit, the target takes 44 acid damage immediately and 2d4 acid damage at the end of its next turn. So I think I have all the d4s I need. I do. So it's gonna be 44 plus 3 because of my alchemical savant.
Oh, right.
So it's gonna be 3, 6, 10. So it'll be 13 acid damage.
Alrighty. Yeah, you cast out. What does your arrow look like? What does your casting look like?
So this is not for every spell, but for some spells. Usually it'll conjure itself from the glass beaker mix stirring stick. But in this case, you're gonna see Argyle kind of his little froggy thing puff up a little bit as a little green light emanates from it, and he like gives one croak and a spit ball of what you think is a slimy arrow spits out and shoots out at him at the shadow.
Motherfucking Cogmaw.
Yeah, I'm
Alrighty.
literally cog.
This thing impacts the shadow, and like before, where you saw the veil light hitting it, and it started to like disintegrate out. Much the same happens, except the acid is eating it from the inside as it impacts here.
Very nice, very cool.
Rosati.
Is darkness still
No.
Imprisoning you?
Darkness is
or-
down.
okay,
You can
is
see.
entity still alive?
Yeah, so it has moved to the other fourth of the room. There are windows on either side here. It has moved to the only area where there aren't windows. Behind it, there
Right.
is just a wall that is falling apart. Above
right.
it, there is a ceiling with rubble falling from it. This room does not look like it has much longer to stand.
Cool.
The rest of the room is bathed in veil light.
Do I get a sense as I'm watching this go down and how hurt this particular thing is right now?
It started out as a like 8-foot tall, lanky shadow creature with long arms and these like extending claws
Yeah.
out of it. As you are looking at it now, it's very much diminished from 8 feet. It looks as if maybe it's somewhere between 4 and 5 feet tall now.
So it wants to be in the shadows, huh? It would sure be a shame if there wasn't any shadow left for it to play in.
That's what we've been going at.
Yep.
Let
that's what we've been
me
doing.
see. What else can I do here? Okay. Is there any rubble on the ground?
There's only
Yeah.
Chase and Sky. Maybe Rocky.
Perfect. I would like to, with my large orc hand, reach down and pick up like a fist-sized boulder. Piece, concrete, marble, wood, something.
Yeah, make me a strength check to see how big of a
Oh.
boulder you can pick up.
I mean, it doesn't really have to be a giant object, just something that I can pick.
I'm just curious how big Rosati can pick up. here.
Okay, well, that's 17 plus 2, so 19.
Dude, you look down, and as you're looking around at the rubble, the things that have fallen here, you see like a fist-sized rock. You see like a bigger rock that's about head-shaped, and then you look over and you're like, damn, that is a big fucking boulder. That's like 2 hands for me to pick up. and,
Yeah,
like, have
I'm gonna
above my
pick
head.
that bitch up.
That's like maybe a 2, maybe 3 foot wide boulder here. You pick it up and just hoist it above your head.
With the DM's permission, I would like to cast light on the boulder and then chuck it at the shadow.
Yeah, 100%. 100% you can cast
Uh,
light and throw a boulder. Please make me an improvised attack.
You got it. Here we go. Let's see. That's not so bad. What the hell do I add to that?
Is improvised
strength modifier.
strength? Yeah.
But
Oh,
not your
strength.
proficiency.
Okay. So that's gonna be a 16 total?
Yeah. All right. 16 does not hit. But
Damn.
as you chuck the rock over there, you get it close enough because now that light that you cast is in that full 40 feet
Okay.
direction. So as you toss the rock towards it, you watch as the light impacts this creature, and there is a slight sizzle. It's not that same disintegrating factor that the veil light was causing, but it does burn.
Okay, that's what I got. I would like to move away from anybody standing right next to me so that we're not like in a tight little, group of
Yeah.
people.
For sure.
So I'll shimmy off to the side a little.
Alrighty. As you do, you shimmy off to the side, and as you move away, you guys all watch as that hissing and the disintegration from this thing, it disappears and slinks down into the shadow of the room and disappears.
Again.
Yari.
I'll say out loud, we should probably get out of this room.
Okay.
Worth noting, it doesn't have. The only section of this room is cut off. There are no doors. There are no exits. It is just a fourth of the room over by like where the armoire and the bathroom is or was. That is still shrouded in shadow.
Oh, okay.
Everything else is covered in veil light throughout this room.
Okay. So the creature is near them.
Well, we don't know where it is now. It vanished.
Oh, it's all the way vanished?
Yeah, it has. You watched as it slunk down into the shadow of that room, that like darkness there, and disappeared from sight.
Okay. What does Yari do? Tilvius just said we're getting out. Basically, he's like, we got to get out of this room.
Well, this room looks like it's about to collapse.
Yeah. Is the body of the Duke there?
Yes.
Yari says, "Get that," and the shadow goes and picks up the body.
Oh, we're doing this.
Make me a wisdom saving throw. Actually, don't make me a wisdom saving throw. Make me a luck check.
Okay. 12.
A 12.
DM question.
Yeah.
Since it went through my turn and I used my reaction before my turn, do I have my reaction back?
Yeah. As long as your turn has happened since you used your reaction, you get your reaction.
Okay. I'm gonna use a portent roll and give him a 19.
Can you do that on a luck?
I think I can do that.
I think
maybe.
it's just a DM choice whether you can or not.
Yeah.
I mean, it's you can
'Cause
replace any attack roll, saving throw, or ability check made by
But it's
you
not-
or a creature that you can see within.
But it's
one
not
of
really an
these
ability
killing
check.
rolls.
I mean, like,
Yeah,
I'm
luck
down
checks-
for it.
Luck checks
But-
are exempt from being an ability check because it's not about your ability to do something. It's about how the world works, right? Whether
Fair.
luck is in your favor. But the entire basis of portent is that the luck is in your favor.
Right.
So I'm going to say for this, yeah, you can, because it is close enough to an ability check.
Right.
I'll let you
Then
do
I
it.
give Yari a 19 base.
Okay. Well, that's less fun. Yari, you watch as your shadow creature runs over, and there is a moment of hesitation as its like little shadowy hands touch Duke Ilmar's deceased body. There is a slight moment of hesitation before it lifts it up and begins to move towards the door.
Oh, it don't want to.
What else you got?
Can I do an like, I don't know, can I do an insight check to see if like okay, I'm going to use my movement to go towards the door. I'm going to take my action to do an insight check on the shadow to see if it didn't want to because it was a bad idea or because it couldn't.
You are trying to ascertain the intentions of a shadow that you know next to nothing about. Make me an insight check, DC 25.
Okay, I can't make that.
Nat 20?
Natural 20.
Believe in the heart of the card.
Oh, it was an 18, but
Oh, it's close.
so that would be a 22.
On a 22, you can't
Not
be
a
sure.
20.
This is a shadow creature that you know next to nothing about. As you are trying to figure out what it could mean, there is no deeper understanding. There is no deep connection in you to this thing's feelings, if it has them.
If it even has them. Okay,
Can I,
that's my turn.
oh. My bad. I thought we weren't in turn order.
Oh no, we're still in. We're still in.
It's still in here somewhere.
Tilvius.
I will go next to the exit door so that I can wave people through, and I will draw my bow and knock an arrow and ready to attack if that thing appears. Even if it's within 5 feet of me, I'll take the disadvantage, but I'm ready to attack if the bad guy appears.
Okay. Fair enough.
And I'm like motioning
So-
people out.
On its turn, it takes 2d4 of acid damage, by the way.
Okay, roll the 2d4.
1,600 damage.
Actually, it's 1,601.
My math is bad. 2d4 is
Son.
hard to add.
It is hard to add. It's a whole lot of 2d4. That's going to be 5 acid damage.
Alrighty. You don't hear or see a sizzling, but your arcane intuition tells you that your spell's taken effect. Where is Argyle right now? Argyle is still towards that left-hand side of the room. He hasn't moved, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Argyle, you watch as in front of you, as you feel that happen, you almost hear the sizzling. You swear it's that connection to your spell, like that concentration, that like knowing that your spell has taken purchase, before you realize that it is the sound. As behind you, on the very edge, the precipice of the shadow, this creature slinks out and is going to swing towards you. That is a 13 to hit.
That misses. 15 is the magic number.
It's going to swing again and get a dirty 20.
That definitely hurts me. Ouch.
That's going to be 12 points of piercing damage.
Did I say it was a prank? It was all a prank?
And now I'm going to take my ready to action to shoot it.
100%.
That's a 19 on the die plus 7, so that's 26.
Yeah. Argyle, are you still up?
Yes, fortunately.
Yeah, because he healed himself, thankfully.
Okay.
And he's
Okay.
within 5 feet of the monster, so I get my sneak attack again. Oh my gosh, I rolled 665.
Holy fuck.
Oh yeah.
So that 12, that's 17 plus 4, so that's 21 points of damage.
Holy shit. Okay.
17.
God damn.
Who's your
Goddamn
daddy?
Rogues.
Oh, that's so much damage. As
He's
you have hit this, where this was once like an 8-foot tall creature. Argyle, how tall are you?
I'm about
2.5.
2 feet and 2.5 feet tall, standing strong for
So,
all Franchise.
As your arrow hits this, it's almost as if pieces of the shadow are taken with the arrow mid-flight as it continues and thuds into the wall behind it. As you are looking now, this thing is about the same height as Argyle.
Oh. I want to put it in a shoebox.
Time to throw putazos.
Ruzati.
Yeah. My turn?
No, actually, it's Argyle's turn.
No,
Sorry.
it is Argyle's turn.
Time
Yeah.
Argyle.
throw putazos. Pa, pa, pa.
It's
There was
time
so
for
much
the
Argyle.
potato.
There was so much Argyle on that turn. I thought it was Argyle's turn.
It's all the interaction, man. It's so good. We love our Argyle.
It's me.
What you
I'm
got?
a-
There is a similarly sized shadow in front of you.
I am not as scared of it, but I am hurting a lot. So I am I in its threat range? Is the first question.
Yeah, you are within for sure. If you ran right now without disengaging, yeah.
That would
Disengage.
suck. I will say I'm going to try to move to Tivia's. I will take the attack of opportunity.
Disengage. Come on, man.
Hold up.
Why does no one like to disengage? I think it's one of the most best things you can do. if you come.
100% should have disengaged. That is
You
a
know-
natural 20.
You know what I say to that? I
What?
use my reaction and silvery barbs.
Oh, for fuck's sake. For fuck's sake.
Well, if he hadn't done it, I was going to.
Double silvery barbs.
What's
That's
crazy is I was
still-
going to do it too.
That is a 6. That's a 16 to hit.
Oh, that still hits me.
Okay. 7 points of piercing damage.
Okay, now Mimi's again.
Okay, it was. I don't have my reaction. I cannot help you. I'm sorry.
It's
As
okay.
you turn to run, and there is an image in your mind. You feel death on your neck. And as you do, you look back and cast your silvery barbs. What does your silvery barbs look like?
That's a good question. I don't know what it would look like.
It
Tell
looks like a frog vent.
Yeah.
Oh, who
Is
do you
it-
give your advantage to from the silvery bars?
Oh, good question.
I'll give it to you, Tilvius, because you're holding action to attack, right?
Oh, I
You
already
already
attacked,
attacked.
but I'll take it.
Oh yeah, I'll give it to you.
If I have advantage on attack roll and I hit, I get to use my sneak attack.
That's true.
Yeah, maybe it's like a frog song. Maybe you just make like a nice little frog whistle.
Yeah. A little
Yeah.
ditty, if you will.
Yeah. So you make this little ditty with your special frog vocals. And as you do, content that you have solved the problem of death, you feel a piercing in your side as part of your body is torn from you as it takes its prize. And you fall to the ground. Ruzati.
Yes, sir. Here I is. I watch. Okay, I'm not muted. I watch Argyle fall to the floor. I see the bad person or thing.
the floor. Let the Argyle hit the floor.
I'm not close enough to render aid. I don't believe, or am I?
You could move over there, but
I think you're probably like 20 feet away from where Argyle is right now.
Well, I'm going to move towards that direction. Not going to do anything, except for I cast Firebolt at the shadow.
Yeah, make an attack roll.
Sure. Hey, that's really good. That's 12. No, yeah, 12 plus 7 for what is that? 19?
19 hits for sure.
19. Yes.
Roll
Okay,
damage.
that is 2d10.
oh yeah,
Could do it. Says the
Then it's
possibility.
an average of 11.
Hello, that is going to be 6. Oh, that is better. That's going to be 7. That's a 13.
13.
Okay. All right. Your fire collides with this thing and burns away what is 3/4 of its body. It is barely standing. It is more of a withering mass at this point, kind of shaking in the light of the rock over there.
I will use my entire rest of my movement if it gets me there, and I will like stand over top of Argyle
Okay. As you
with
stand
my reaction.
as you stand over the top of Argyle, that same shrieking, shrill sound, that piercing note echoes through this chamber. I'm going to need everybody except for Yari. Did you go to the door with your clone, or are you away from the door right now?
I'm the way I see it, just as I don't know exactly in my mind how big this room is. I'm at the door with Tilvius,
Okay.
and the shadow is coming with the body, but isn't
Okay.
to the door yet.
Gotcha. Then the only one in range is Rosati. Rosati, make me a wisdom save.
Sure. Hey, that's really good. That's a 19 plus things.
Oh, 100%. You have been fooled once today. You will not be fooled again. You feel that invasion of your mind. It is not magical, but it is close enough. You feel it, and you put up your mental barriers just in time as it bounces off and finds your barricade too strong. Yari, it's your turn.
Finish him.
It's probably close to the shadow, but not to me.
Yeah, it's probably, I think, 40 feet from you at this point. It's about
Okay.
40 feet from the door.
So the shadow drops the body because it's closer and moves to this thing. And let's see if I'm reading my stuff right. I can take my attack action from me or my echo's space. So the echo is going to attack. That's going to miss at an 11. That's my second attack.
Come on.
That's probably going to miss at a 15.
15 does miss.
And then I'm going to unleash incarnation and
Okay.
the me attacking through the shadow and missing twice makes the shadow visibly upset, and now it attacks.
What is your plus to hit on this?
My plus to hit is +7.
Make it a plus 14 for this attack.
Okay. That is a 24.
So on a 24, as you are attempting to control this thing and it strikes out, once again, you feel that motion that is
I'm sorry,
not,
it's a 26.
Yeah, you feel that motion that is not yours. It's too refined. It's too graceful. There is no wasted movement. It is beyond what you are capable of. As this thing strikes out, and normally I'd let you describe how this happens, but not here. It strikes out with the sword in one clean lunge through this shadow, and as it does, you watch as the shadow is taken in to your echo, almost as if it's devouring it through the blade. And then you watch as the rest of that fourth of the room that is bathed in shadow is eaten. There is now an absence of light and an absence of shadow in that little corner of the room.
Yari, are we out of initiative?
Yeah.
Yari dismisses the shadow.
You swear there's a moment where it's not going to vanish. And then it does.
I gallop up to Argyle and use my last spell slot to cast Cure Wounds one more time.
Cure Argyle.
Poor Argyle got fucking bullied this fight, man.
Yeah, sorry, man. That is 6 points of healing.
Once again, Argyle
Yeah.
back to the realm of the living. You probably like jump upright, ready to go again, ready to run the ones, and it is nothing. And as you glance towards that corner, it is an absence of light and darkness. There is no fitting terminology to describe what this looks like, almost as if it's in like monocolor. there's nothing there.
Where's the corpse? Ilmar.
That is back over by the door where the shadow dropped it.
Okay.
But most of this room, where the majority of you stand, is bathed in the veil light from the broken windows. The room is still kind of like crumbling. You see like little pieces of rubble hit you on the head as you're standing around. But the warmth of the veil light is with you in this room.
I would like to step out. I don't want
Somebody take the body and let's get out of here.
Let's head back downstairs where all the rest of the guards and people are.
Is anyone gonna explain why that corner looks so weird? It's weird.
I explain it with Shadow Monster. Let's get out.
Okay, I believe it.
DM, I would like to make an Arcana check because I'm leaving to see if I can remember bits and pieces of that for later usage.
Remember bits and pieces of what?
Of why I think it looks the way it looks.
That corner?
Yeah.
Make me an Arcana check at a DC 30, please.
Oh shit.
You can natural 20. I believe in you.
Well, let's see, Arcana. Let's game this out. So yeah, it would have to be a natural 20. I've only got a +7, so.
Gonna take you for a ride.
All right, here we go. Natural 20. Come on, here we go. Damn, that's not gonna do it. That's like a 15 total.
This is either not magic or well beyond your understanding of what magic is capable of.
Beautiful. I leave.
Okay. Who's carrying this body?
You can drape him over my back if you want.
I will put him on top of Tilvius and.
Do we check and investigate the body, or are we saving that till we get out of
We're gonna do
We're
that
saving
when
that till we
we're.
get out of there.
Let's bring it into the light.
Everybody just books it out of this room, back through that little hallway, back towards those like grand stairs. And as you get to that massive foyer, you look down at what looks like a group that has had a rough last few minutes. Everybody in this room looks like they just came out of a battle. There are carcasses, decapitated demons
Wait,
in this
people
room.
followed us in?
Yeah, you guys
Yeah.
brought the soldiers.
Yeah,
in.
we moved in and we secured the foyer, and then we went back out and said, "Hey, it's secure." And then
Oh,
advanced the
Everybody
line.
came in with us.
They advanced the
Um,
line so that wasn't the new front line, and it
Got
looks like
it.
they got assaulted.
they got
when we went
attacked while we
upstairs.
got attacked.
Yeah. You guys are looking. You see people sitting in corners. There are people that have built barricades on the few entrances there are to this room. There is a large gorilla-shaped, like massive, just huge shaped hole in one of the walls that people have thrown up boards around. They've kind of placed shields in a defensive pattern. There are
Are
people
those things
standing here
called
with
Garisto
spears
or something.
pointing through the area. As you're looking around, you see decapitated heads of what look like gargoyle-esque creatures. There are some insectoid-looking things, some just very standard demons with like horns coming out of their head. There's this like huge hulking body that looks like it belongs to a mutated gorilla of some kind. And the people in this room are just sitting around watching the doors, watching the entryways here. They don't know if it's done, but it looks like they've had a time.
Any of them dead?
You don't see casualties here, but I won't make you roll for it. Fair shot, they were taken outside if they were in the column here.
This is rough. Really sucks.
We broached the subject that we have the Duke's corpse.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys currently are at the top of the stairs. Nobody seems to have noticed you yet. They aren't paying too much attention to what's up top. Thankfully, they have understood nothing has come from up there, so it's probably okay for now. So no one has noticed you as of yet. You're kind of just peering down in this room. There aren't really like groups of people. Everyone seems to either be like sitting next to the entryways, resting, or at the ready, guarding those entryways. You see
What
four.
is this? Guys, he's on my back, so I can't see. But I say to Risati, Risati, what does the hole in this guy's chest look like?
I can inspect it as your, if you want.
Yeah.
So as Rosati, as you look at it, you didn't see it before. You didn't have the cognition
you were out of it.
to see what it looked like before. As you are looking now, it looks as if you had taken your hand and jammed it into this person's chest and pulled something out.
Okay, relayed.
Is
But
this why that?
There aren't crazy markings or anything on it.
Is it a perfect, like a perfect geometric circle, or is it like a tear?
No, it is a tear. It looks like something was torn from this.
Hey, what do you want to bet this guy wanted a fake heart to appease whatever was going to take his real heart, and then he didn't get it because we got that necromancer in a different spot, and then whatever it was that wanted his heart took his heart, and he didn't have a fake heart to trade for it.
That makes sense.
I could make them a pet too.
That's
Nope.
Nope.
We're bringing him downstairs.
Damn it.
All right. So, do you like investigate the body when you're going through that, or do you just look at like the hole on it? What are we up to up here before we head down with the Duke's body here?
I would say I would inspect.
I can't
the
give you
hole.
advantage because I'm not. I'm perceptive but not investigative.
I
Anybody
would
have
do all
investigation?
of it. I wouldn't just be looking at that.
Argyle, do you have a high investigation? Are you an investigator?
I'm pretty investigative. I have a +6.
Do you have a?
You're better than I.
Wait, do you have a
I can
What
give
is
the
it? Who? Well, I don't have. I can't give the help action because I don't have
I can.
proficiency. God, I couldn't think of the word
Oh, wait a
proficiency.
minute. Nope.
So,
Dear Lord.
I will give the option here. If your goal is to investigate the body and look for loot, roll investigation. If your goal is to figure out what the hell happened, roll medicine.
Oh,
I am proficient in both.
I can't help.
Go for it, Argyle.
Bardic,
Sure.
can we?
Oh yeah,
And
you
more
have my
than
D6.
more than one person can roll, with the exception of Tilvius, because it is on your back, and I cannot fathom how you would manage that.
He's a contortionist. He just bends all the way back like a noodle.
I have to wipe my ass somehow.
Let's stack this. Let's stack this buff.
The backward three
have
say shall
Bardic.
maneuver.
You have Bardic, and you can bless yourself or whatever that fucking
Yeah, I
thing is.
can give guidance.
Oh, guidance.
I don't.
Okay. What should I do first? The investigation for loot, or should I try to figure out what actually
Do
happened?
the perception. Do the medicine.
Yeah, do the medicine. Figure out what the hell happened.
So okay, so it's going to be all right. 17, and then I roll a d6 for the bardic, right?
Yeah.
17, 22, and then guidance is
Another D4.
26 because I rolled a 4.
Oh my god! On a
Yes.
26,
check.
the first thing that is apparent to you is that this is not something that a mortal that you are aware of could accomplish. As you are looking through, the first thing that strikes you is the bone that was parted here, the organs that were parted. It doesn't look like they were driven through with brute force. Almost similar to what it would look like if you took your hand to soil, just dirt, and dug through it.
Like pulling
That's
out
what-
roots, basically.
That's what this looks like. It looks almost as if they had as much difficulty going through this bone and organs and body as you would going through dirt. The second thing you notice is that everything is in place and has either been moved to the side or brushed off or passed through, with the exception of a heart. There is no heart in this body.
So the only because of like my background and backstory, I do have like a little bit of medical knowledge. So as far as I know, the only organ for this humanoid that is missing is his heart.
Correct.
Everything, intestines were probably like spaghetti moved away. His lungs or the bones in his ribs were probably parted a little bit, probably dug through.
As if they
were
offered
scooped
no
out.
resistance.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts. But I do relate that to you guys. Just the heart's missing. Do I see any kind of in the hole, in the cavity now? Does Argyle see kind of any like inscriptions, any runes, maybe on his body? Since he's kind of just dead, so I can kind of like look, right?
Yeah, you would be able to get a look. You don't have to roll. No, you don't see any arcane markings on the body.
Not even like the guy that we found earlier with the thing in his brain.
Right? No, there's none of that here.
Interesting. Very cool. Very interesting, but also very terrifying. Yeah, just missing a heart. Nothing more, nothing less.
Rusati, can you detect magic on him or something?
I can make you my friend. Just saying.
No, just see if there's still any magical effects on him, or if this is just a corpse.
Sure.
Walking around with a dead Duke who's not dead would be so
Got you.
bad.
You watch as I reach into my little bag that I keep, and I get out a little teacup, and I put a couple of dashes of this and dashes of that, and kind of stir it up a little bit, and I take a sip, and you watch my eyes flash over as I cast ritually detect magic.
Sure. As you take the 10 minutes, Argyle, I'll let you roll that investigation if you would like while he's doing this.
Sure.
You cast that detect magic, and as you're looking at the body, there is a stream of necromancy here, latent runes that you don't understand, glyphs that are beyond your comprehension, but necromancy emanates through the whole body. And then as you're looking specifically towards the cavity here, there is a slight bit of enchantment and a slight bit of divination.
Oh boy.
17.
Okay, so I would copy down all of the glyphs that I can remember necromantically in my book for further study. Like picture me putting something and using crayon and scribbling over the back so that it leaves an imprint.
Making
Shit
an
like that.
Arcana check.
Sure.
While he's making our Arcana check, I have a 21 without Bardic Inspiration, but if I have it, it's 26.
No, you used it.
Okay,
I'm
so
going to
21.
choose to use my portent and take my 8 plus 7 for a 15.
Okay. You copy down the runes that you can understand how they work, right? The magical runes in this world aren't like copying down A, B, C, D. It's a lot of understanding. So the runes that you get are the ones that you can comprehend. But you take them down.
That's fair. So I'll take those down. I guess I'll just relay what I find, and does it spark something? Would I begin to understand where this came from?
Who knows?
Okay. That's pretty much my round for this turn.
Argyle, as you roll investigation, you're digging through pockets, going through pieces of clothing here.
Checking
You
in his
find-
boots and his socks too.
checking his boots and his socks. Yeah, 100%. Really nice socks, you notice.
So-
Not like super worn down, very, very nice, comfortable feeling socks, even to your little froggy hands. As you're going through the body, you find a lot of finery. You find multiple rings, necklaces, a bracelet around his wrist, many like jewels sitting in things. You find a coin pouch tucked to the inside of his waist, not in a place that you would guess that royalty would keep. If you are more familiar with living on the street, this is a place that would be difficult to steal from. And as you're going through his belongings, on his little tunic that he wore over his body, there's a little pouch here. And as you dig in, you draw out what appears to be a small little leather-bound book. You can mark down that you got, I'll say 4 rings, a necklace, and a coin pouch. And if you open them up or inspect them, I'll tell you more.
And the book is a first print of Garfield.
It's true. It's true. It's
From
a
the
really
early
rare.
80s.
It's just a comic
first-
strip the whole way
First
through.
compilation.
So you said
Yeah.
4 rings, 2
Yep.
necklaces, and the book.
Yep.
So I give one of us each 1 ring
Oh, and a bracelet.
and a bracelet.
What? Let's
Where-
hold off on giving each other loot until we get the fuck out of
outta
here.
here?
We've been sitting around
Yeah.
for 10
We're-
minutes.
Worth pointing out, the jewelry, the rings and the necklaces all look like finery that you would find on nobles. This bracelet is a little bit different. It looks almost like intertwined vines cast in a silver, nettled together, as if 2 vines had been woven.
Oh, it's kind of sick. All right, so I guess I'll just pocket it and we'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
I start to leave. Start walking.
Yeah.
I think we should get out of here.
Yeah, you guys head, work your way down the stairs. It's a little bit easier going down than it was coming up. The stairs are still completely collapsed and dilapidated here, but working your way down some busted steps is a whole lot easier than working your way up some busted steps. You guys make your way down, and there is a moment of confusion as some of the soldiers in this room see you coming. You get spears pointed towards you. You get people like shuffling forward, and then there's a pause as they look at you, and you just hear like a collected and they
friendlies.
some of them nod at you, and you just hear okay as they go back to their positions.
Unfortunately, we have bad news to present, and I'll
turn
turn around so that my back is facing them.
Your tail
I
does a
can
little
make him dance.
twisting.
most of these soldiers that are here just kind of look at you and just kind of shake their heads and like have their heads pointed down. If roll insight.
Oh, okay.
23.
Oh, only 11. I rolled a 3 on the dice.
Okay. I don't think it takes a lot. If anybody that rolled over a 10, they would get here that there is confusion. People don't know how to feel about the Duke being dead. On that incredibly high roll, Yari, you see the split is not quite as obvious. It's about 80 to 20. About 20% of them are like, I don't know the story. And the other 80% are like, good riddance.
That's
heart.
cool.
Looked like someone ripped his heart out.
Eventually, that Captain Alda Elmar comes back over to you, and he'll look at you. He's very much like grease all over his face. He's definitely been sweating. Very like ichor coated sword at his side here that he just kind of puts on the ground. And goes, how did you fare?
There was a demony ghosty thing up there guarding the body that we destroyed it, and now we're returning the body.
He he kind of like looks at it and looks back at you. As you do you like put it on the ground in front of him?
Yeah.
He'll turn over and go, Eris, would you cover this and take it outside with the rest? And you see this like younger girl that looks maybe in her like mid-20s comes over with longer red hair kind of tied up in a ponytail behind her. Yes, she puts a cloak on it and kind of like hefts it up on her shoulder and walks out with this body. And this captain looks back at you. Thank you. What are your plans now? What are you?
I just put my hand on his shoulder and say, "I'm sorry. I know you two were close."
Thank you.
We hadn't really come up with any plans past this.
Well, you're more than welcome to head back down to the city. I know the Adventurers Guild was paying for heads. You can take what you find here, whatever's lying around that hasn't been taken. You can help clear the rest of this area. We have a few teams out scouting. We think we've gotten just about everything left here. Thank you again. Thank you.
Our pleasure.
De nada.
And if you need anything, you can come find me. I'll likely be at the barracks tomorrow once we have the remnants cleared out here.
I have a question. What are you gonna do with the remnants? Are you gonna leave it up, or are you gonna burn it down?
Of the castle,
Yeah.
we'll likely rebuild.
Okay.
What's not structurally sound will be torn down and rebuilt.
Do we have any idea why he did this?
No, we don't know. We don't know what happened. We don't know what that thing in the sky was.
I think it is safe to say that maybe we should stop thinking about what it is and try to put the pieces together and try to move forward for a brighter future. I think it's rebuilding from this point on, obviously.
I think that is a good practice.
Insight check.
Yeah, go for it.
That's really good. That's a 3 plus 1 for a 4.
On a 4, yeah, I mean he means what he's saying. He's being very straight. You don't
Bro
get
is
anything
straight
else out
legit.
of it. Yeah.
Hey, Dakota.
Hey, what's up?
I just rolled myself an Arcana check, which is +0, and I got a 13. Do I know that there is such a thing as speak with dead?
On a 13 with
On a
somebody that
13.
has no knowledge of magic. You think that given what you saw of Rosati, that it's feasible. You don't know if that spell exists or is like in circulation. But with the ability to raise the dead, it's probably feasible.
Okay. So
Teacher.
Yari walks over to, well, kind of does a huddle up with these 3 magic men that she hangs out with, because they're you guys are always casting magic. And she
Oh.
Hey,
goes,
Yari, what's up? What's going on?
you can make the dead walk around. Rasadi, I don't want you to do that right now. But is
okay.
there any way that we could just like talk to the dead?
We have talked to the dead before. We did it with the gift, remember?
Yeah.
Oh wait,
yeah.
yeah, we totally
Yeah,
did.
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. We
okay.
did
I
that.
totally forgot about that. Hey, remember the body that fell from the sky?
Yeah.
We asked it 5 questions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, why couldn't we ask the questions we want? Why did this happen?
I just
To the
reach my
Duke?
big meaty paw out and I just kind of pat you on the back. And I'm like, why do you think I wanted us to bring the body?
Because I think you want like 5 dead guys hanging out
Okay.
behind us carrying our stuff,
Hold on.
Rasadi.
Hold
I
on.
think
Hold
you
on.
want to make it really
Hey,
hard for us not to have 5 stinking dead guys behind us and people asking questions, Rasadi.
you are not wrong that I would love that, but however, the truth of the matter is for this particular instance is I wanted to do exactly what you're saying. Now, what happens after that?
Just really quick. Did Ruzati seeing a zombified version of his mother change his opinion on the dead at all?
That's a freaking good
Or
question.
is he mulling
That's
that shit over?
Rasadi
wild
has
to
like
ask.
wisdom too, right?
That would be a really great question, but it would also come down to whether I would be able to ascertain what I was seeing was like false essentially.
You
So,
probably can now,
do
but like
you-
the thing of you seeing that is still like the image is still in your head, right?
Sure. I would say maybe till a long rest, or at least for right now, that you could surmise that I would have disadvantage potentially on something, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. I don't feel like he would forget that there's a spell
I think it's
for
just
that.
I'm just gonna leave it for you as a character tidbit. You play with it as you will.
Fair. Tell you what, let's just do this right here. The dice said he doesn't care. That's more than 20
Well, that
wisdom saving throw.
redhead carried the corpse out already, so
True.
All right.
It doesn't mean we couldn't be like, hey, if we want answers to those questions, we can help you get them.
So, do we know where they were taking the body?
just outside. Let's go follow.
If
Let's
you-
follow and find out.
I was gonna say, if you want answers, we got to be with them, and it's gonna take me a little while to be able to do that.
Do we want answers or do we want to offer answers to them?
I think we should offer answers. I think we should invite the captain to sit in with us. Maybe it'll give him some kind of closure, or even he can help us. You know, we get information from the Duke, and the captain can give us a little bit more. Hi, sweet child. A little bit more on that. We can kind of build from there. I don't know. That's just kind of my thought process.
The captain at this point has gone back and is talking to a few of the people by some of the gates and then moving over. It appears like he's working on something in this room, doing some type of work.
Look,
Manage.
I am all about helping and doing whatever I can. Just tell me when you want to talk to them, and we can do it. But wherever they're taking him, I need to find a little place close by and have myself a little napsy, and then I can do it.
It's not a ritual spell.
You know what? I gotta look. I don't think I have it prepared. That's one of the problems.
Let's see. Speak with dead. I don't think it is a ritual spell.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
It is in BG3, but I don't think it is in
Oh, really?
5e. Yeah.
That is kind of weird that it is in BG3.
All right.
I'll look into it while you guys continue.
Okay.
What do you think, Tilvius? I'm sorry for cutting you off, but what do you think?
I think that's a great idea. You guys go out with the body, make sure they don't burn it or anything. I'll talk to the captain. We have kind of a rapport going on as it is.
Besties. I get it.
All right.
We're friendly in
So-
D&D terminology.
You guys head outside. Tilvius, you head back over to the captain. You give him a second as he's kind of talking with some of the people at one of the gates. And you watch as they kind of like part some of the gates, and a group of 4 people head down into the hallway, kind of like slowly making way, watching each other's backs, staring at the ceiling as they go, as they close back up that like small little barricade that they've made. And as the captain turns around towards it, goes, can I help you with something? Is
Well-
that something you needed?
Actually, there's something that we might be able to do for you, for the city. My tall green friend is actually a very powerful wizard. And we might actually be able to get information about why the Duke did what he did. And if there's
How?
any more danger that could come from this. It's a little unorthodox. It involves magic. And I just wanted to let you know that we could do this for you, for the town.
Oh, what is this? What's this magic? Is it a
It's-
divination? What do you?
I actually don't know that much about magic and schools and all that stuff, but he can get information from beyond the grave somehow.
Make an insight check.
Yeah. Yeah, that's better. That is 17.
On a 17, as you say from beyond the grave, you watch this man who's been like nothing but kind and open towards you. Like his face hardens, his eyes narrow towards you. What do you mean beyond the grave?
I don't know exactly. But if if the Duke presents any more danger to this city, to any of us, to you, it'd be good to find that out.
His face.
Can you just trust us to get this done? See what we can find out.
Make me a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Oh, okay. My first roll was a natural 20. Boo. My second roll is an 18 though, plus 6. 24.
Okay. On a 24, he watches, he kind of looks to the left and looks to the right. Everyone appears to be pretty busy. He looks back at you and goes, listen, out of respect for you, I'm going to tell you not to meddle with the dead. Now, what you do when the bodies are taken to the morgue to burn is up to you. The priests don't work all night.
Thank you. We'll let you know if we find out.
And he kind of goes back to what he was doing. He kind of looks back down the hallway where the soldiers had left, and glances back at you one time as you're kind of standing there and heading out. Those of you that went outside, you see a line of bodies here, all covered in that same cloak. They kind of sit in a presentable line, and as you're counting here, you count 11 bodies lying on the grass, or what's left of the grass.
Right. I go outside and huddle everyone up and say what I was told, that Captain isn't very happy about necromancy magic, but he's willing to look the other way as long as we don't do it in any way that draws attention to ourselves. He said we can do it at the morgue at night after the priests are done working.
And we do whatever we do, all right? I don't agree with his methods, but you know what? We'll do it.
We find out what we are interested in, and then we leave the body. Right,
Yes.
Risandi?
I make no promises.
Make a promise.
Make a promise, Rusati.
We're gonna do this the right way.
I really
If
like this
you-
town.
If you need more pieces, there are plenty of graveyards and other things that you can do that don't include taking the body of
Of
a
royalty.
duke.
Do you understand how amazing it would be?
Do you understand how illegal and off-putting and horrified people would be?
If they found out we had the duke, especially a hated duke, walking around as an undead, what we did to that necromancer, other people would do to us. Not just you, but to us by association, Rizati.
Okay. I'll ask the questions and I'll leave the body.
We
Insight
can go.
check. Natural
Insight
20. Natural 20 for 28.
I don't know how you're gonna.
He throws a tantrum, but he will leave the body.
All right.
Wonderful. All right. So you guys exit the grounds of the palace here, and head back into like that noble district that is torn to shit. Where are we heading?
What time of day is it?
At this point, the veil light is starting to die out. You've spent pretty much the whole day inside the palace.
Rusati
head to the morgue,
needs
huh?
to sleep, or I won't be
Yeah, Rusati,
casting that
hop,
spell.
Hop on and take a nap on them. You
got
drape
it.
yourself over me.
I'm gonna like snap, crackle, pop. Magical cotton balls
probably
go in.
have- like as the veil light's dying out here, if your goal is to head in the middle of the night, you think maybe you could fit a long rest in.
I'm out.
Okay.
I'm like, okay,
Don't
don't let me fall off here.
Would it make sense for us to go rest at the guild hall and then go to where the monks are?
Given
Or
that
the priests,
Rosati
or-
is doing his best to take a nap on Tilvius's back, I would allow that. Yeah.
Okay. I was just thinking distance wise, I don't know if it's
Yeah.
logistically.
The guild hall is much closer to the that like a religious sector
Okay.
where all the temples and whatnot are than
Morgue.
the noble sector.
All right.
Okay.
I say let's
Yeah.
go.
So you guys head back. You see much the same that you saw the first time through. Did anybody gather a bunch of heads on your way out? The captain did offer you to grab whatever you wanted.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I was going to, but then I got distracted.
Grab a bunch of what?
Demon heads.
Demon heads.
Grab heads, huh?
The guild hall was offering money for heads.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh,
Sure.
right.
Oh yeah, we are.
Up to
I'd be
y'all.
down. I'd be down just to grab some heads.
I just grabbed one.
Okay.
I'll grab one if it's
yeah.
offered.
Yeah, if you were just grabbing one on your way out, like just picking one up, that's cool. If your goal is to actually collect heads, like you took some time in there, please roll me a d6.
Why not?
Oh man,
You guys mind if I roll a d6? Because I
Yeah, baby.
I rolled a
Yep.
4.
Argyle, you got a bag of holding, don't you?
I do.
Got a bag of heads now.
Actually, that's
I got a
great
bag full of heads.
Argyle, when you were going to go outside to inspect bodies, did you instead go grab heads? That is my question to you.
I would like to, and knowing that there was a giant hole, I would like to look for that guy's head too.
Okay. Yeah, 100%. Just roll me a luck check on a d20.
A d20. You got it, boss. Where the fuck is my d20? God, there goes
Good
my
question.
there it is. Found it. Ha ha ha. I got a 9.
You find 9 heads. You work your way around the room and just jam heads into the bag of holding. Some of them are much more disgusting than others. Very much not sanitary. And
A
you
little
do
flush.
manage to find a large, like, gorilla head with hair tied up in like little ponytails. And what is holding those ponytails together look like bones.
Sweet.
Yeah,
That's all I
100%.
gotta
So you got a bag of heads for sure. You guys make it back to the
How much were they
Guildhall.
offering?
I think it was. I don't remember how much
don't
gold
remember.
it was a head. We're gonna say it's 10 gold a head.
Nice.
You
Pretty
guys
good.
make it
It's
back
pretty good.
to the Guildhall. Once again, it is next to empty here. The tables still aren't out. It is a like open area.
I'm audibly snoring.
Yeah, you were just passed out until he was back.
I'd like to go to the counter.
Yeah, you find that same maid sitting here with what look like bags under her eyes as she looks up at you. Goes, yes.
It's more like looking down at me. I'm like this over the counter. Yes, hello.
Yes.
I'm here to submit some heads, and then I put the gorilla head, just plop it. Plop. I got 8 more.
Wonderful. Please just put them on the table.
I start doing sound. One kind of slips, and then I grab it. My bad.
Well done. Well done. Well done. And she reaches below the table. You hear like the turning of a key in something as she looks back up again, starts counting out the coins for the heads until she plops 90 gold back on the table for you.
Thank you, very nice quest lady. I just grab it, put it in my.
Yeah. 100%. Did you guys get rooms the last time you were here for your stay?
Yeah,
We
I
did.
think
But-
so.
We got 2.
All right.
But that was
But
before.
before-
We haven't gotten rooms
Yeah.
since we got back into town.
yeah.
Gotcha. She'll look at you and go, and is there anything else that I can help you with today?
Some room, please.
Of course. For how many?
4.
4 rooms or
4 people for 1 room.
she looks
What
behind
about
her.
Cirrus and Gerda?
Oh, yeah, that's right. 2 rooms. We got ladies.
Okay. She looks behind her and grabs she kind of like waves her hand over and as she does, 2 of those keys appear as she grabs them and hands them towards you.
Counter lady, do you guys have a survey or something so I can put you down, give you 5 stars?
We don't. Thank you, though.
You're doing great. Keep it up.
She's the only one at this counter, and she just kind of nods back at you.
I'm holding the 2 keys. Guys, I got the rooms.
You
Thanks,
waddle your
Argyle.
way back over.
I'm still bloodied and hurt too. I
Yeah,
haven't
Yeah,
healed from
we're-
6 hit points.
We're pretty messed.
yeah. So do you guys head to these rooms?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. You guys find the closest door, just kind of slide your key in and open it. And once again, the magic here is still intact as you push open the door and it takes you to your room. You are now in here. You drop Rosati at the bed, just snoring his way away. What do you
No,
wanna
that's
do?
not how you make that tea. No.
What do you want to do with this time that's here? Argyle has all the things that he gained from looting the body, that little leather strapped notebook, and the gold that he got from the counter. What do you guys want to do in this room here?
What's in the notebook? Can we open it up and
Yeah.
see if we
Yeah.
can read it?
read it all together.
Yeah,
Let's read it out loud.
Yeah.
Like in a movie.
Yes.
That always goes well.
read the whole diary out loud. So you guys take this, and it's just like a normal strap. You just kind of like untwist the leather cord that's around it and open it up, and it's this like very weathered parchment that looks like it's been here for a while. And as you open it and look at it, it just, the first page reads, contained within are my thoughts and feelings, written by Adrian Almar, or Ilmar, sorry.
That's
Yeah. And as you start turning the pages and reading, this goes back, the first page is dated some 30 years ago. And
oh, man.
as you start reading, you're going through this little notebook, and it tells of this man's life, how he met his wife, who was just a random commoner on the street, who he brought up from the slums, very much lived through a like complicated life, and eventually she had a child and passed to disease. As this child grew, he took better care of it. He really like cemented himself in his political place. And as he grew older, his son found a place in the guard and rose through the ranks of the guard. He very states how proud he is of this child's accomplishment, and how he's never used his political power to help with his son's career. This is all on his own merit, and he cannot state how proud he is. It goes on, and then it talks about how he's seeing the same signs of disease in his son as he saw in his late wife. The writing gets more fearful. It talks about going to a hedge mage in the city looking for something to replace organs, to fix what is wrong, and it lists that as a failure. It talks about going to the nobility, looking for anyone with secrets on immortality or how to keep them alive or a cure-all to disease, and it lists failure. There's a constant theme of fear at this point. And eventually, the writing gets it breaks from this elegant handwriting to more scraggly writing, as it talks about how he found a book.
Oh.
A book dealing with the pages burned in this area. As it talks about what this book is about, the little segment here is burned away. And then it says, it goes forward a few pages, and then it says, I found her. I found, and then it's burned away. And then it goes on to talk about how the requirements for summoning, until you get to the very last page, and it just reads, I fear, in very small writing. And then it gets bigger and bigger, and it's just scrawlings all over this final page that just says, I fear, until there is a black dot as a period, where the ink is just spludged off in every direction.
Well, that answers a lot of questions.
That's pretty intense. Shit.
Well,
Oh my.
maybe we don't need to go ask the corpse.
I think we should still.
Worth noting, none of you found a book talking about anything. The book that it talks about in this journal was never recovered from the body. And there's no mention of...
We found a book when we were going through the palace
when you were
last time.
going through the one guy's stuff, right?
Yeah.
But that different book. You didn't find the book that this journal is talking about, and you don't know the name or what that thing was. All mention of it is burned away.
Does it look like it was burned like with a match, or does it look like the writing was obscured because it was
the writing
a name
was
that should not
obscured
know?
as if a square was burned out of the page. And that's where we're gonna end tonight. We'll be back next week with TDS. We're gonna do some outros. Tell me what you guys are thinking. What's going through your head? Hi, Chris.
Hi, Andy. I played Tilvius Sneak Attack tonight. That was a lot of fun. I
much
fucked some
damage.
shit up.
So much damage.
Yay, rogues.
Like, I will also tell you guys, the point of this was for it to be basically impossible unless you hit it with enough light. Y'all did way more damage without the light than I was fucking expecting. Way more. Yeah.
Back to you, Andy.
Hi, Joff.
I like a good sock, warm one. But I like the other one absolutely cold. That's my outro. What I'm thinking is that I'm really glad that we convinced Rusati it would be a bad idea to have a dead, hated Duke.
That was probably
walking
one of my
around with
favorite
us.
pieces of dialogue from the night. Is I'm not going to promise. No, promise, Rusati. Promise.
Pinky swear.
I'm not gonna
now.
say, but I'm gonna have to say.
Did you take the nice socks, Argyle? Did you pocket
No,
the?
because
Okay.
Were they, dare I say it,
Argyle
Argyle socks?
socks.
no, I didn't take it. That
Hey, speaking of, how you doing?
They were
Oliver?
magic.
you know, the floor is way more comfortable than actually participating in combat. I was very EP.
I feel so bad.
No, that's just, I should have listened to Tilvius, my little shoulder angel centaur, and I disengaged.
Come on, people, disengage.
Yeah, that was rough. Hi, Tony.
Andy, I am sure absolutely nothing could possibly bother us or go wrong while I don't have Counterspell currently prepared. I'm sure there is nothing whatsoever that little square burned out of that page could ever matter. It's fine. I like one warm sock and one cold sock too, Joff. So back to you, Andy.
I have been Dakota or Shiro. This has been Unveiled. We'll be back next month. Next week is going to be TDS, The Darkening Sky. It's going to be great. Have a wonderful weekend. Have a wonderful life. If I never see you, yeah.
Thank you so much for tuning in to another Vibe Tribe production. What's gonna happen next time? Well, you're gonna have to tune in to find out. But until then, remember, take care of yourself, love one another, and as always, make sure that you keep the good times rolling. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you next time.